and then Ron OP on support for the Saigon Jokers as well. So they have the Saigon Jokers bot lane.
Yeah, so there's some inherent synergy right there within those teams. If you look over back to Team Ice, 2 EDGs, 2 RNGs, but the fact that Mouse and Clearlove have played on the same team doesn't really spell much in terms of synergy, because Mouse is known to play on an island. He will be isolated there anyway, so we need to see what happens there. We always have high hopes for China in general. We have high hopes for China in international tournaments, especially Clearlove. He disappointed at Worlds, but this is his tournament. Bite back.
Oh, it's his chance. Yeah, they always say that. They always hope so. You know, maybe it is his tournament to bite back here. But China as well, there's actually a pretty big sign here because they didn't vote any Koreans in except for Mata, right? They're kind of sick and tired of what's been happening in these tournaments. So it's like, all right, let's get some Chinese blood back on that stage and let's see them deliver.
Yeah, the winds have changed. They are blowing for sure. And you would say that because it's an international wildcard, it was just a locked up and done deal. But it just doesn't seem to be the case anymore. I mean, what do you guys are expecting in this match? What are you expecting to see?
It already happened at Worlds where we kind of changed the definition of wildcard. It is no longer a walkover. Teams are becoming more and more competitive, and yes, it would still be an upset, but less and less so as time progresses.
Yeah, they're actually now a wild card, whereas anything could happen there. It's not so much that they are already losers or a team that you're going to walk over. So I'm actually expecting them to bring out some things that normally when we see a wild card team, we're like, oh, they're behind in the meta. Like you said, Crepo, they've actually had a lot of practice on this patch, on this meta. So I want to see what they bring out.
The only thing that disappointed me from IWCA was, despite tons of practice and a large sample size, very little Ivern. I really want to see Ivern today.
Yeah, Ivern is such a great champion. He can actually do such unique routes, punish you. His counter jungling is so quick. Also, like, you might like this a little bit, but you could actually start like a small wolf or something and run to lane if you have an Ivern on your team, because you don't have to leash for him, right?
Yeah.
You can go to the enemy jungle and harass as the bottom lane.
Yeah, you absolutely can. And it's definitely been a name that's been buzzing around, I know, for all of us. We've been looking at seeing some Iverns. Maybe we'll see it in this pick and ban phase. I would not be surprised if SEA has still a few more tricks up their sleeve. They pulled out some really interesting stuff at IWCA. We're about to find out if we're going to pick some bans.
Yeah, we're about to go in pick some bans. The Fishio touched up on it earlier as well. Not much really has changed at the core of the game. There's a couple of different champions. Obviously, Courage of the Colossus makes it so that top lanes are trending towards tanks ever so slightly.
Never dying.
Kind of being overwhelmed a little bit by them too. Things like Jace have fallen by the wayside because these tanks will just overpower him level 9.
That should be pretty good for QTV, though, or sorry, for Mouse, I should say, because you know, if he's able to sit on something that's very potato-y, well, he can sit for a while. Speaking of potatoes, Pop's banned.
Here's the one that Mouse had to keep playing. It's like, why are people not banning this against Mouse during the actual group stages with EDG? But it comes out really quick. We're gonna have something OP left up here, though.
Yeah, very meta bans. We get rid of Karma. Zyra support is also up there, quite strong. LeBlanc is the tier or the S tier mid laner combined with Syndra right there, so that's something you can pick up early. Lee Sin's off the table for the more aggressive jungler's playmaking ability. That means these guys will probably trend back to maybe the likes of a Rek'Sai, maybe a Graves for ultimate stability.
And right here, what I'm worried about is there's going to be at least one OP mid laner left up, because Syndra and we also have Katarina both on the table here.
Katarina you can deal with at least.
Yeah,
you can exhaust her.
For like level 1,
she has to get close to you for exhaustion. The problem with Syndra is by the time, even if she misses QW and E, she can just R you out of exhaustion and you probably still die.
Yeah, pretty much. What do you guys think about Cassiopeia? We saw a bit of that in the wild card.
Cassiopeia, I think she's a really good counter to things like Rise, and Rise is off the table and you go down the tier list, like she's really OP. But Evelyn,
I love that.
It's clear,
I love
right?
it.
You do not want to play against a champion you haven't played against in so long, especially with all the changes to the warning systems as well. You know, you're not maybe used to it, so you just get Evelyn off the table, but you leave up Syndra.
And that's going to be Wayles's pickup. Okay, it could be rough for Optimus in this mid lane matchup. Let's keep an eye on that as the pick cycles back to the National Wildcard team. Would not be surprised to see that Rek'Sai.
Yeah, and which tanks do they pick up on first rotation is basically the question you're asking here. Nautilus Rek'Sai could be a good opener. In terms of AD carry, Caitlyn is always good to go blind. Zyra's open in terms of harass. There are a few options here, but it doesn't look like the SEA region is looking to reveal too much here first rotation.
Yeah.
Why not?
I mean, he loves things like the Rek'Sai. He's an aggressive jungler, and with Lee Sin, which is his signature, taken off the table, it's usually that. He did play a really good Kha'Zix, though, to qualify them. The final game that they played against Turkey, he went off on that game. So, Levy, we'll see what he ends up going with here, but it might be something a little bit more aggressive in that style, and it is going to be the Rek'Sai.
Yeah, that was the Assassin's mode, right, where he just went off in the Kha'Zix mirror matchup. I think he did that too, where he was just completely outclassing the opposing Kha'Zix. It's the first time I spotted his name, really. For watching going through all the VODs, it popped off.
He was the best Kha'Zix, and you know, among a pool of everyone playing that same champion when it came down to Assassin's mode, he looked really impressive. On the other side, Celebrity is going to lock into Jhin. We did see him play one game of that in the International Wildcard tournament.
Yeah.
Mostly Ezreal apart from that.
Yeah, and even though Jin is kind of out of style right now because the lethality changes and the RPen trait changes, and Yomu's not even giving him bonus AD when you activate it because it doesn't have attack speed anymore, that's kind of strange that he's going back to it.
Yeah. And Bad Life make it look styling.
I was talking to a few AD carries prior to the tournament, just getting a rough idea of what's on the patch, and they felt like blind picking Jin wouldn't really be the thing to do. If you want to go open blind pick, you might want to go Caitlyn because there are just comfortable matchups against this much weaker Jin, and he can get punished for his own mobility, and the fact that he just kind of trails off a little bit, having to change that build. He is still very strong on first base if he gets that BF sword, however. That is like a mini spike that is newer to his build.
Absolutely. We see Clearlove is locked in the Rengar now, so Celebrity is definitely going to have to watch his back. There is a lot of power there, and of course the Caitlyn to carry on and match the range of Celebrity's Jin.
Oh, Caitlyn, usually win that lane, but it comes down to supports, right? Supports are the ones that really matter in that bottom lane when you have.
Yeah, if there's a disparity, that's when it really starts influencing it. Any setup as well, any CC setup for the trap combo, it could be enough. Thresh is always a pick I feel we get from either the LMS or the SEA region, but other regions have kind of forgone this pick. It's a high skill cap champion that doesn't really work well in competitive, but these guys are here to kind of show their mechanics, so it wouldn't be too unheard of seeing Thresh. Also, Colossus helps with him.
Exactly. We've seen him so much recently in solo queue because of Colossus, and he's just really fun to play and watch. So, Ron OP, maybe he locks that in for himself. And my Shen is
well, it's a tank up top.
Wild card.
Okay.
Oh, all right. So it is going to be the Shen. That's actually really interesting because you still have Maokai on the table. You still have Nautilus on the table. Those are still really easy champions to execute on as well.
Yeah. Another tank.
Flashing that Vayne.
I mean, Vayne wouldn't be too bad here. Like, if you look at it, at the lanes right now, there's tons of tanks that he can peel or self-peel for. We need a mid laner with a ton of damage here laning into the Syndra. I wonder what they're going to pick up so that they don't actually run out of damage here on the side of Team Fighter, because the lineup for Team Ice is looking very well-rounded. You have the short range Vayne if that Caitlyn ends up somewhere, bro.
Yeah, it's really throwing me off.
Oh yeah, like, why are we talking about Vayne?
What?
It's a Caitlyn.
Yeah, it's already there. They're gonna go with
I'd love to
something
see a
else.
kill lane, though.
But Uzi will hover it. Uzi has 3 career pentakills, and all of them are on Vayne.
Watching a marksman mode right before you go into a 5v5 really messes with you.
No kidding. Okay, the Tahm Kench we could see. The Zyra, as you said, was still up, but then so is support MF. Speaking of running 280 carries, that's always very likely. Well, except they got the Thresh locked in, so I got juked myself too.
No, you got juked also watching too much marksman. Well, you casted. No, they need a mid laner with a ton of damage. But is it just going to be an Orianna or something here that they're going to lane? I don't know what they're going to end up picking here. Not a Heimerdinger, that's for sure.
Definitely not. Well, Optimus, he did play Victory, played Orianna a couple of games in the National Wildcard Tournament, so I would not be surprised to see that come out. He was fairly safe on it, but he did get that nickname by being an assassin player casted back in the day.
He goes with that. That would be really interesting. It's not awful into Syndra.
But you also need something that can dual Syndra, because otherwise Team Fire is looking at 3 losing lanes, which is losing lanes in terms of push, which is something you really don't want to do. We start tracking it during Worlds, and whenever there was a draft with 3 clearly pushing lanes, it would definitely give much more larger win percentage to the team that had those pressure lanes.
Yeah, it was quite overwhelming, especially if it's 3. Because the thing is that from winning lanes, you get jungle pressure, right? And like you were telling me earlier, you get a triangle between the lanes and wherever the jungler is going in. So controlling that area is so important, because then you get the wards down, you get the information, and then you can read the enemy.
Yeah, with the Victor locking, we have a matchup that eventually neutralizes out in terms of push, but early game, Syndra will definitely have the control there unless Optimus has like some insane Victor skills, some crown level Victor skills, but even then you still get pushed in early. So that's going to mean that Ice probably has the control of the map very early on. Krilov isn't really the most invade heavy jungler with that Rengar early on, as well as Krilov's style, so that maybe will be good for Team Fire that they can survive that, but they will be pushed in all 3 lanes.
I mean, Clearlove is used to playing alongside an AD carry that really needs a lot of attention, so we'll see if he ends up going towards Uzi's lane. Usually called down to deal with depth, but
might happen. But Uzi, I mean, when you compare a player of Uzi's caliber to Celebrity who's still very new, kind of very green in the scene, like, I mean, that could be very, very rough for him. And we already talked about having a losing lane, and when you can't match it up pound for pound, that's even worse.
Yeah, and especially going against Caitlyn. That is like one of the staple Uzi champions. It really lends itself well to his style. A couple little side steps here, always maximizing auto attacks in between trades, and then following up with some EQ combos.
Absolutely. Well, if you think Ice is going to eke this one out or take this one away, I mean, hashtag Ice win, of course, at LoL Esports is the place, and hashtag Fire win if you think the SEA All-Stars are just hot enough to do it. To find out as we load up onto the Rift, it may be chilly on there, but This game is definitely about to heat up.
That is some nice punts there, Pyro.
I've been stacking them for weeks,
He's
I'll
been
tell
ready.
you what.
You
I'm
knew
just
Allstar's
writing them down in a
coming.
little notebook, you know?
Joke's on you, though. It's not the Frosty Rift
Ah,
anymore.
darn it.
In the spirit of competitive integrity.
Get wrecked.
In 5v5s, we go back to the normal map.
All right, well, okay. I mean, I'm going to blame global warming for that one. Let's load up onto the Rift.
Crypts up.
It's a myth. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's keep our politics out of castings, Irene.
All
All right, here we go.
Global warming is actually a serious issue.
It's not a myth, guys.
This
joking.
is a public safety announcement from Larry.
We're keeping it out of the cast, though.
All right, so we talked about the losing lane things, and Wayless is a guy we haven't seen as much of since he didn't make it to Worlds this year.
Yeah.
What do you expect him to do in the early couple of levels against Optimus' Victor?
Push. As Syndra, trade and push. Basically, as Syndra versus Victor, you want to hope that he stands next to his minions, so you can use Q on both on the minions and the Victor. Obviously, these things that we're discussing in terms of push, that's assuming that people play kind of meta-y and normal. There's a good chance Celebrity and Rana P just go all in level 2 power spike with Ignite, and suddenly it works out.
Yeah, and the fact that they brought that Ignite does give you a little bit of a tell that they might be going for that with no exhaust on it.
Yeah, definitely. And then you can break a lane like Zyra Kaelin. If you get in early, cancel, you know, a 90 caliber net with a play, suddenly you can start winning. But you can also rely on the fact that on 8 ping, Uzi's probably going to sidestep that.
Yeah, that's probably true. Usually a reliable prediction there, but I think it's a good point you bring up the fact that they can do the level 2 all in and get very aggressive. Rano P used to be a mid lane assassin player, and he changed to support because he didn't feel confident enough, but he knows how to all in.
The problem is, at the moment you go for that all in, you can actually expect the enemy jungler to be bottom lane level 3 when you're probably still on the verge of hitting level 2. The good thing to do in this current meta, though, is always watching your mini-maps when the game starts, because you can always tell who's leashing, and you can almost predict the jungle path, because every jungler is likely to go buff into Krugs.
Yeah, and you just saw there that the buff into Krugs actually just happened on both sides of the map, but LPL, they know about it. Mouse invaded, he went and placed down a ward.
Look, there's already a creep gone, which means actually they probably pulled the creep. That means Rano P and Celebrity walked into lane, froze the lane, denied 1 CS, which means the level up timing is different, and they can actually play quite calm here to dodge the level 3 gank. You don't really get punished too hard.
Now they're making Rano P and Celebrity dance for this one right now. They may be down a couple of CS. Uzi just missed one errantly, but it's very rare to see that kind of thing happen. And look at all the harass they're able to put out. And here's Clearlove just hanging around too.
Yeah, and that's why Celebrity and Rano P, despite having control in the lane, being there early, they don't want to push for the 9 creep, which is that level 2. They'll rather get it slow and steady, hoping that they can dodge the gank.
I believe they did actually still get off the same timing, because I think they got a crit at the very beginning and ended up picking up. So they didn't have the leash, right?
No.
Very quickly. Back into it. I mean, this is definitely going to be the really telling matchup, because we talked about losing lanes. We talked about the top just going to be a smack fest back and forth, and if Mouse can just push in QTV, it's no problem, but they're going to need some jungle help. You can see Levy going there as QTV gets a taunt off onto Mouse, and the minions will be able to deal the damage.
Yeah, Mouse is actually a very aggressive player. He loves playing things like Jax, like Aurelia, like Yasuo. And seeing him on the Shen, it's a little bit closer to a damage tank, just going in, and especially against another tank, you see some really big numbers with the Q pass-through. So if he starts actually popping off on this matchup, we'll see. Mouse? Yeah.
He's a veteran, though. He's been around, and he doesn't.
Oh, he didn't get a pass-through either.
Taunt, and he's fighting in minions. That's really dangerous. Mouse
almost
is
has
on
E.
him. And he goes face dive! Oh, not enough. The shield saves him.
Slight misplay by Mouse. Could have held the Q and just flash forward, but he's clear off here, looking to just finish that one up.
Yeah, he's going to get tagged in. QTV knows.
Oh.
He gets bullet.
He's holding the wave, he's holding the
wow.
wave, so when it goes under, all you have to do is E, auto, get the dodge zone down if you can.
Oh, good taunt. That's first blood. And Clearlove picks it up and Snarly takes too many. What are you doing?
Rek'Sai's coming up. Clearlove's gonna have to be careful here. If a Q lands from Levy.
But we just saw a miracle. It is approaching Christmas time. Despite not playing on the winter map, we saw Clearlove successfully gank 4 first blood, 4 Mouse. Never happened before.
There we go. Oh! Clearlove goes down.
That was fast.
Not sneaky enough. Levy just targets him.
But just when you get your hopes up, LPL takes it away again. Nothing ever changes.
Dreams are crushed already, and it's only 4 minutes in. That's not a good sign.
And that's all because he took like 2 extra tower shots he completely did not need to take.
Yeah, there's a lot of criticism around Clearlove too. It's like, what is he doing? Well,
I mean, it is
I
not
don't even know.
Christmas time. He's just giving presents to Levy, okay?
Ooh.
Mata gets caught on a hook by Rano B. Plays in Uzi.
Celebrity, gotta be careful.
They're targeting out Mata. They can do it. Celebrity slow, but he gets the kill.
That was a great hook by Rana P. He walked kind of towards Uzi.
Oh,
he
flash.
what? He didn't hit him.
Uzi missed that auto attack for sure. So he definitely did not hit Celebrity. Whether it would be enough, we don't know. But that's definitely a misplay here.
Oh, it was a headshot too. And he flashed and he hit Ron OP and not Celebrity.
That's heartbreaking too.
Fortunate. Misclick right there from Uzi.
Rare one.
Definitely balls on this lane for the IWCA region. I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, right now though,
Good.
Uzi might be in trouble. Here comes Optimus.
He does. He gets.
No,
I don't need that. That's
lands,
okay. The hook does land. Uzi has nowhere to go. And the auto attacks, just waiting to finish the job.
Could have stolen a kill.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Ron OP. I mean, like you were talking about it, Pyro, where he's played mid, right? He's actually a challenger mid laner. That's what he plays. But when he went pro, he's like, I'm not really good enough to be a mid laner in professional play. So I'm actually going to change it up and be support.
Yeah, and Celebrity, he's the one who's finding himself in trouble as Mata nails in with a few planned shots. Clearly was coming in to try and help clean that one up. But despite that, you're right. Ron OP definitely has shown that he can tangle with some of these big boys, and he's playing well. It's the reason they made it all this way, and they have been playing together as a team.
How do you think about his play, Thresh? Let's go 110, Grappo.
Yeah, 1 to 10, he's like Bunny Fufu with those
That's
hooks.
a nice raise.
Which means he'll go off early, but then just slowly fade away in this matchup. Yeah, look at his hook. He's actually walking towards Uzi slightly and then curve. Because Thresh turns at the end of his animation. Look at Mata. He's stepping forward thinking Uzi may get hooked. And that's because at the end of the animation, that's when Thresh will turn. So you would never want to hook straight. You always want to turn your body like 90 degrees and throw people, even godlike players like Mata, off.
Exactly, and it's so strange too because the momentum of the character is going one way, and then they just change it as soon as the hook comes out. It's coded specifically for that, just to be that way. Because Blitzcrank is the way where as soon as he's hooking,
yeah,
he turns that way.
Team Fire finding themselves in a gold advantage here. Stands with all the plays, and this plays even 3 kills to 2.
I mean, both teams are taking liberties with what is conventional play here. Celebrity overstaying twice. One time he would have died if Uzi clicked the right button, but it was just a lesson. He's telling, I'll let you walk this time, boy, but next time I'll get you. Next time he was gotten anyways by Mata coming for revenge.
Turn it around on him. Side stone's completed by both supports, of course, and you can see the difference. Uzi going for a fast boot start to try and get the advantage on Celebrity by closing that gap quicker.
Yeah, second round right now, level 6 for Clear Love, looking at the bottom lane.
Yeah, there's a Shen ulti available as well to turn that one around. It could be quite deadly. That's why Mouse really, that's why you want to play Echo into Shen, because you really want to keep him auto-pushed on the turret. So there is a cost of ulting down. Clear now just walking with a relatively late ulti. He must be spotted, but Ron OP.
Oh, Celebrity, he just cannot get away. The flay comes too late, but now super late. They have got the Shen ulti. Doesn't matter, melted through. Ron is going down, but he flashes auto. Uzi tanking, he stays alive. It ends up being a 1 for none.
Well, hold on though.
Wait a minute. Okay. Wayless is here.
He did.
And he scatters the weak.
Up. Low HP, comes up, blows the ghost, he gets a roam. We're back to even.
And that's something we see with some teams that are lacking just practice or just experience on the Rift. Like, these ideas were okay. Shen to counter the gank, great, you know, playing backwards, took a little bit too long, hooking and then Lantern shielding. They're all great ideas, but they were honestly timed and executed too late. As we follow this clip, we're going to see, like, there's much more time for Shen to ulti. There's much more time for Ron OP to maybe even go for a flash play and get out.
Yeah, and you'll see it coming. Flash play to make sure that Clearlove doesn't connect. That's what you should be doing against that Rengar. I assume it's the idea as well, like having the Rek'Sai into the Rengar, you can just stop all the knockups too, but doesn't end up happening from the support.
And then that happened.
Yeah, now Wayless comes in here, despite only doing very average in his matchup. Optimus got a roam off. Now they're tied for CS. Optimus went for the early defensive build here. He really doesn't want to leave or lose his lane, but that feels the pressure, allowing this to roam. Obviously, going Negaton first means he'll probably just get pushed in, but he'll never die to an all-in.
Yeah, luckily he did end up getting his upgrade on his E, so he's able to just keep shoving the wave, play it safe. He's up against Wayless, who, you know, isn't taking lightly. Like, the last time we've really seen Wayless, he was actually still quite good.
I mean, in his prime, he was lauded very hard, but then he just had really poor performances in some key matches that kind of got him mocked. And he actually had to rename, you know, it used to be called God V. People called him Gold V.
Gold 5.
Gold 5.
Then he went to
Silver
Painless.
5. Yep.
And then he went to Pain Evil, and people were like, oh, it's Plat Evil. It's like he upgraded a little bit.
Just, that's okay. Enough. I'm going to go back to Wayless, and he's definitely not weighing his team down this game, holding quite well and pushing, and the roam is just, it's been really, really scary. And we talked about how Celebrity can get punished.
Yeah.
And that Jhin, you know, him having to type backwards and not enough tankiness in his support, well, it happened there.
We're getting some good item spikes here, because we talk about Celebrity. He has that BF right now. That's a moment where he could get back into the lane, especially with an aggressive flash on the fourth shot. looking at Wayless, he has Lost Chapter and Blue Buff. That's always mid laner's dream.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Now he can just keep throwing out the spheres, keep shoving in. I think he has enough for Morello and Omicron.
He's been following up quite a storm.
No, farming up a storm. 75-75 up in the top side. Mouse is having a great game for himself right now. He continually shoves QTV in.
I mean, this is where we need to look at like what opening does the SEA region have here with a pushed in Shen. Remember, we were talking about in champs like Zyrene as well. 3 pushing lanes. What can they do?
Yeah, it's going to be very difficult because they're going to have to rely on scaling where they don't even scale incredibly well in a lot of these lanes. But QTV, he's going to actually have a bit of an advantage here later on because he's actually an AP Echo. He's going for the Dark Seal, the Doran's Ring, and it looks like a Proto Belt as well. So we might be looking at Abyssal Scepter next. And if Shen gets incredibly tanky, it'll be very hard to actually take him down.
Yeah, but he'll lose the wave push here, and especially for first turret.
Oh, taunt just in
waiting the wings. But the problem right now for the Rek'Sai is that he's in, or she's in counter gank mode all the time right now, which makes it very hard because you can't use your creative pathing to really get behind the enemy bot lane because you can just get punished.
Yeah, he just got spotted on the bottom side too, and now fighting over Scuttle Crab. This takes so much of his time. This gives him another wave on the top side to chunk QB down and eventually go for him.
Yeah, and he's spotted, and he doesn't have any camps left in the jungle. Super long timers right now. What do you do if you're getting pushed in? You can't help the top lane either.
And you're just going to go down. He does get a nice taunt off. You can see Mouse giving to tank the flat around the backside. And Mouse is going to have to flash out of there. Levi's on the chase. Oh, he just needs a Brain Seeker to do it.
Just used it.
Oh, he gets the last one. Oh. Levy picks up an equalizing kill.
Yeah, had to kind of ult over and then come back to the top lane. It took him a while. QTV was kind of just shouting for help. Help me, please.
I mean, that was nice dancing around. We bought just enough time to where Mouse took way too many tower shots. And now it's Levy who actually gets a chance to push in the top. Up against Clearlove, the junglers are holding the lanes on duty here. Now Ron and Celebrity are getting fired down. Push back from the turret, but the curtain call opens up and they should be able to clear Mata and Uzi out of here.
Better that ulti could always clear the wave. They definitely saw Wayless coming this time, so much better communication from the SEA team here. Now Optimus looking to cut him off.
Oh, they're bringing it to the party. QTV, they get the stun though, and a little bit too much distance. Wayless was respecting that. Used the Scatter Weak to stop.
We're gonna go for the min-max plays. You could have flashed over the E from Syndra and move into the Scuttle Crab boost and then get to the enemy Syndra. Obviously, Wayless is running Ghost, so maybe that's why Optimus rather just goes mid. He's chunking mid lane turret right now, and they're losing bot lane turret help for it.
Yeah, and when we're talking about turrets here, I just actually watched again in the top side. Best thing that came out of that is first turret gold actually didn't go over. Caster minion killed it after the LPL had walked away, so nobody gets first turret gold in this game. So not as big of a lead for LPL as you would expect, but the siege continues.
Well, creative pathing here from Optimus, but could have went. Just wasn't quite sure if he should have ran to the bot lane there, going back mid, so very hesitant here for Team Fire.
Yeah, that was actually would have been a really good path though.
But you never know if they have a ward, you never know if there's a Rengar, and if there's one thing you do not want to do is face check that Rengar.
Yeah, you certainly don't want to do that.
But you have to consider those things before you roll.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's something you see, honestly, with newer teams that when they're playing under pressure against much better players. You get occupied very often just trying to deal with the mechanical prowess of some of these players.
He's on a run and run! Just didn't know what hit him. Clearlove knocks him down, picks up his free. QTV's on his own, and he's going down. Uzi's going to take that kill, and the LPL is all over this bottom lane.
Yep, they're probably going to get this Drake as well and control of the bottom jungle.
Yeah, now it's kind of tipping over. There were some moments where it was make or break, where Ice could be beaten by Fire. Unlike new Pokemon games, doesn't hold up here.
Definitely not. It's going to be a tower going over LPL's way. They'll pick up their second dragon. He'll be soloed by Clearlove for a moment. He's going to probably call for a little bit of help, and Mata, getting some wards in, will be able to spot him on that.
But it's so hard to play a supporter jungler on a map that is so tiny that's being choked, because all your vision is being placed just over the edge to see if somebody's waiting for you in river. Whereas your Clearlove and Mata rather here, you can ward wherever you want. You're always pushing. Minions are providing so much vision for you, and the world is your oyster.
Oh yeah.
And there's Scuttle Crab. Wayless is able to steal that one away.
And it's a great point as well, Crepo, because when that play happened on the bottom side, they had seen Levi on the top side because he actually went to go clear that minion wave on the top. So when you have information in the jungle, you give away so much, like half the jungler's power, and the fact that you don't know that they could or couldn't be there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what the LPL wants to do here. Push up a wave, leave the lane themselves, have somebody to catch it, and then create a 5v4, any semblance of a numbers advantage somewhere else on the map.
Not giving them an opening, and the LPL, they just keep constricting this, growing that gold lead to now 3,000, but we talked about losing lanes. They've lost the top, they've lost the bottom, and Optimus, he was holding firm for a while, but that's a victory. Of course he can just laser down the waves, but now you see everyone's attention is turned towards the mid.
But they're actually going to shove and throw Celebrity in the top side. Yeah, like you said, and QTV to the bot.
I mean, the ship is sinking at this point. There's too many holes to plug, so there's AD carry top, support bottom, jungler somewhere else. Try and patch the holes and then hope that you survive and see the ganks coming from LPL. Right now, IWC needs a counterplay, an overextension by the Chinese region where they can maybe get a good gravity field, Shadow to kind of turn the tides. It's possible. LPL is known for over-aggression historically.
Absolutely, and you know, we saw them diving pretty deep in this game alone. And problem is, IWC, they've just not been able to react fast enough. So that's the issue. And you can see now that since the map is pretty much free this side of the river, for Team Ice, Clearlove, he says, that's okay, we'll just take ourselves a Rift Herald.
Yep, probably going over to Clearlove here as well. I could, because he's hey. Oh!
Split push Zyra, boys!
Scumbag Mata!
Gotta get those Moby boots and just a cheeky auto right there.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Zyra traditionally builds as a secondary carry, dealing a lot of AP damage. This could be the difference between a one-shot or not.
Well, I don't know if those comms were like, mine.
Mine. It's like that little, the little video of all the little seagulls.
All right. Well, let's just wait in the wings for Celebrity. Oh boy, he face checks or gets anywhere near it. Okay, key for Levy there.
There is a Shen ulti as well.
He's got the boost mine on. Oh, has to flash the wall, but Levy's gonna follow him. Curtain calls up, and he's gonna have to float away. Dodges one, dodges two, Ghost is on, dodges three. Can't get hit. Oh, fancy footwork from Wayless. Meanwhile, down bot, we're fighting again.
Shen?
All right, Optimus and QTV are out.
Oh.
At what point does dodging become missing from the AD carry? I can understand maybe one or two side steps, but maybe one of those bullets should have hit.
Depends. Optimist or pessimist. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt this time.
I might be the latter
if he
this
does
time
it too
around.
much.
Celebrity, unfortunately, was not able to sync anything. So, still sitting on components for his first item buy. Of course, he does have the Swifty, so at least he can move a little faster, but he's kind of needed to do that because they're just keying on him every time they find him.
Yeah, and that was the catch-up moment for SEA region. Sadly, Wayless had them blue suede shoes on.
Oh, he gets all his wave, too. It's just so good for him.
Oh, yeah, he gets his free at this point. So, knock it all down. 17 minutes is the time on the clock. It is a 4,000-plus gold game right now for the LPL. They've got the Mountain Drake. They've got the map control. What does IWC need to do if they can't sink these shots?
I mean, they can't actually make a pick. It's really hard to do so with so little vision. The best thing they can do is honestly react unexpectedly to a pick. Turn it around, Shen ulti, a good aggressive flash from the Rex side. We've been seeing some of them. They're still down for a couple of minutes. Honestly, wait for a mistake. It's what you do. You play the game as clean as you can. You wait for somebody to overstep. Remember, we're playing with limited wards here. Jungle carries do not build side stones.
Levy, he's one to make a mistake himself. Oh, that looked like it hurt.
Yep, and when you end up going for a Tiamat and then you build a longsword as your next item there, yeah, definitely are going to hurt right there. Because AP is so good in this matchup. There are 3 people who are going to build AP on the LPL side, so might as well get some magic resistance.
Yeah, he just wants to carry. It is All-Stars after all.
Yeah.
Sometimes you can forego traditional builds and just go for the hard carry.
No coaches on stage. Everybody man for himself, you know.
This is my moment.
My time to shine.
Waiting for his moment to shine, but Wayless will not give it to him.
Oh.
Just yet. Oh! Fancy footwork again.
Classic Victor Blair.
Oh, and Celebrity, he is trying to get back to base, but there's nowhere that's safe. Mouses ring around the tower, and he ults back, and meanwhile, Clearlove is in the Chaos Storm, gets hooked, flashes, autos, minions, one more shutdown! Optimus!
Purple Caster minions at it again.
Hot is on the run, and there's 3 members of Team Fire hot on his trail. He flashes, but they follow, and QTV nails him.
2 for 1 here.
That's a start.
Fighting back. Leave is going around. That could be a third.
Yeah, I actually don't think Wayless can make it out of this unless he ghosts.
He doesn't have Ghost up just yet. It's almost off cooldown. Wayless is running. Oh boy,
He's got his
He's
turret,
gonna
though.
find him. He maybe can force them to respect the damage. Meanwhile, though, look at the bottom. Mousy's just pushing this one away. He's gonna be met by Optimus, so it doesn't matter.
Ooh.
His dodge once again. Wayless, he escapes.
Oh, he makes it out of the juke.
It is a disrespect hook from Ronald P against a good player. Maybe aiming worse, but that's a 50-50 because the mind game goes like deeper and deeper and deeper and deeper.
Yep.
But Wayless with the side steps, he's feeling very comfortable right now and building that Ludens right now to get even more movement speed for those cheeky side steps. Obviously, this is used as an immobile AD carry versus an Echo.
Most top laners will do that to AD carries now. They don't care about turrets. It's a sad life.
Man.
Sad life for AD carries.
That caster minion, though, had his time in the sun, for sure. Mata gets chased down. Only one way this goes.
Hey, Rift Herald's helping them out so much here, taking reduced damage by being alone.
Yeah.
Wow, force the flash.
Yeah.
Worth.
All chat.
Did Klilov force the flash? No.
No.
Mata did. Rift Herald.
Give it to supports now.
Oh, if Clearlove had that, maybe he would have lived.
I think we need to focus on the present here, Pyra.
Okay, let's take it back. 9-6 kills. It's 20 minutes. Baron's live on the Rift right now. LPL still controlling the map, but we've seen that the SEA team can punish them.
Yeah. Bundling up in greater numbers. They have Scarlet Boost. They have Channel for them available, so they're just going to start an objective.
Here comes TP as well. They're looking for a pincer attack here. Shen, not there.
They do manage to secure the Ocean Drake. A little bit of regen can go a long way, but they need to get out of combat to use it right now.
They need to
Clearlove on
turn
front
on
mouse is going to try and cut them off. Parallel convergence. Ron is not able to get the plan. Look at the damage out of Clearlove. You gotta be kidding me. They snap the trap shot, and the LPL get a clean 4 kills.
Yeah, not an ace because they literally dropped so quick. The Shen ulti didn't even have time to finish.
Yeah, you have to actually turn there, like you were saying, onto Clearlove, onto the left side if you see 3 people going around top.
When you're getting pincered or flanked, engage on some side, because if you allow the trap to just sprint, then it's over. You saw that beautiful ultimate from Mata combined with the fact that the play did not cancel Mouse's dash. He just wreaked havoc in the middle of that fight.
Oh, and they just take so much off of this. And you can see Mata is pushing up the mid lane, finds himself Rift Herald again. He comes into play, clears the minion wave a little bit faster. Maybe he'll do some damage to turrets.
Yeah,
Herald.
They didn't need him to take down the inhibitor, so LPL cracked this base wide on open right now, and the kills just keep on stacking for Wayless, for Clearlove. They were styling on the Vietnamese All-Stars.
Ship is sinking just a tiny bit. If there's ever a time for the Panic Baron, it would be about now.
When they get the chance to do it, look at where Mata's heading.
Yeah, probably not the best idea.
No, because even if he gets Mize on him, throw down a couple of wards, Optimus is going to have to deal with some plants. Throws down a few traps of his own. Now for Team Fire, yeah, the game just seems to be pushed back desperately if you may. And
Wait for flashes.
Wait for flashes.
If you're Team Fire right now, you wait for Shen Flash, you wait for Thresh Flash, and you basically count down. And you try and do a coordinated engage where you surprise your opponents. You'll probably still die, but at least it's flash.
Flashy. But by then, we'll probably have some Rylai's interceptors come in too. So if the flash isn't that great, you can probably get punished by somebody like, like Optimus, even Mata.
It's one shot, one kill. Because right here, they see the Echo on the top side. The idea is that they actually go on the Echo, and Ron wants to play Mouse here, but he gets by just barely. Gets by the back end of the play barely. Once he gets to the back line, Mata just going to drop. There's no Shen ultimate in time again. Minor issues in timing and communication really snowball downwards, especially if you're looking at such a large gold deficit.
Yeah, by that point, when you see that they're all flanking you, boom, QTV should be channeling the ultimate, maybe onto Levy, and Levy even ease in or flashes the Syndra and tries to get in there and deliver him.
Yeah, sometimes it's not a good thing to trust your reaction timing if it's not going to let you succeed in those fights, and you could see how quick they pulled the trigger on the LPL side. I mean, clearly was leading the front charge on that. And by the way, he didn't have any tank items at all, like anything sustainable, until he picks up the Hex Drinker. Yeah,
he's actually at 310 AD. He has one person left that he needs to kill on the enemy team. I don't know who it is, but he's probably got his eyes right on them.
He has a particular set of skills. Not afraid to use them. He will find you.
Well, it's about fair. This game has been about as R-rated as that movie, so. Levy is just trying to grab a little bit of vision back for his team, but it's looking grim for the SEA squad.
And I just want to say that I relate to Team Fire. Despite cheering for Team Ice, I know what it feels like to play against the Rengar that magically got quite a few kills, mostly in the support. Undeserved, of course. And I feel their pain.
Are you usually defeating support?
Creating space.
Nice save there.
Somebody's got to bite the bullet.
Yeah, well, 3 times for OP it's been. I mean, he's had some nice hooks, but we haven't seen too much out of him lately because he's panic playing, he's panic hooking, and he just goes wildly out of the way of Clearlove, out of Mouse. They're just not getting anything, and now they're just, turrets are falling down around them. Celebrity, look at damage just out of one ace in the hole, and he's forced back. OP looking for a hook, but there's not enough people there. Wayless is...
At this point, if you get caught, that's the problem with late game Thresh. What do you do if you actually land the hook? The problem is you CC yourself. You're kind of a budget Malzahar in the sense that you CC yourself while you're hooking, but you don't even have a hit rate. Bowser at least has a 100% hit rate on his ultimate.
Yeah.
At Thresh versus good players, it's probably 1 in 3.
Yeah, outside of the 2v2, we really see too much out of it. So now the Baron's begun by LPL, and QTV's not in the area, but he has both his ultimate and his available. He's going to be channeling it right now, and Rano P is coming in here. The Baron is getting low. QTV is stunned in the back of the pit, and the LPL has peeled off. Mata on the Chaos Form, but Mouse is going to find Celebrity. No more AD carry for this team, and they're going to start chasing down the Echo. But he's leading them on a wild goose chase.
Mouse is actually doing a great job in this game. He's able to get to the back line quite easily, and the way that he runs off instead of running back to his team is really good, because if they decide to continue, hold on though.
Oh, Optimus is on the wrong side of the fight, but the Shen ulti's coming in finally. Flashing QTV, picks up a kill. That was sick though.
The sick pickup. Comes back in. QTV. Yeah, he was stuck in the Baron pit for so long. He's like, team, guys, anyone Lantern? Nope. Use to defend Celebrity. Mouse is definitely pulling his weight here. Showing up with these backline dives right to Celebrity, not enjoying his time on the
Oh, I'm so sad that he started going for tank 2 on Mouse. It's like, no, keep going, more AP. More AP. If you can't one-shot the AD carry, you obviously need more AP.
Get that Mage Eyes.
Yeah, see, so take him at least 4 hits there.
Story of the game, man. We talked about Jhin being very punishable, lack of mobility, and Mouse, well, he's not lacking a thing.
Nope, I like that Cleo still goes for it. I can respect the Rengar. At least if you're that fed, you gotta try. Even if it's a Victor, who can blow you up.
Smell triple kill.
I love how Optimus walks up and he still has the Rengar indicator on him. Like, Rengar stealths for about a minute now. He's still there.
Gotta feel good for QTV though. He was like, oh, I'm gonna complete a channel this time.
Yeah, he got it.
Look at the small victories.
Gotta take what you can get sometimes.
Every time I'm feeding, Pyro, you should just come over, start telling me everything I'm doing right. Ignore all the else.
I could be your
7, doesn't matter.
Well, oh, Ron's gonna flash that one. Nice, the redemption is gonna come up. Okay, they're staying healthy, but not for long. Clear Love, and Levy's caught, has to burn his flash. Celebrity chasing him down. Oh, that's such a tense moment right there. A big Chaos Storm now, and Wayless is caught right in the middle of it. Optimus, though, just keeps getting fired down by Uzi. Every time they have a little moment to go in.
Yep, Mouse, though, still doing work on the other side. Doesn't matter if he's not tank, he's still got the split push going.
Should have given this guy the Rift Herald buff.
He wasn't around. You gotta, it's time sensitive. He's not there in 2 seconds.
About to have to take it. Take it from the enemy.
Yep.
Even though they can't actually take it.
That's what he tells Clear Love.
Throw them off, you know, now this Zyra can 1v1 you weren't expecting it.
Hey, Rylai's is finished. That means Zyra can actually 1v5 a couple of fights. Mata looking for the plays.
Always a chance. So LPL eyeing the end game right now. They were toying with the idea of trying for the Baron again. And maybe that's going to change. Celebrity gets a shutdown onto Wayless, who did not respect that curtain call.
Hey, walked on a trap, then got snared, and maybe just followed up by some damage there. LPL's hesitancy around the Baron has made it so they want to make picks in the enemy jungle, but it wasn't done with the proper foundation. IWC looking to punish, taking small victories left and right.
Yep, might be the Ocean Drake here. One of the smallest of victories in the mid game.
Well, once you can get a few small victories, you start adding up, and maybe you can get a bigger one, but look what the LPL is doing. Collapsing around the Baron without Wayless, and there's no vision on it right now.
There's 2 globals, though. There's 2 globals. There's a Rek'Sai tunnel, potentially, and there's a Shen.
Oh, and Mata is going way too low. He's down! Optimus is going to bring QTV, but Baron secured. Okay, it's on 3. Wayless is not up in time, but can they pick off Clear Love? They're looking for it. He's jumping into the brush and just trying to keep himself alive. QTV, Rano P, Optimus all in the chase, but look at the flank from Levy. The tower is still up, by the way. Levy's trying to come around the side, and Mouse has gone in on him. Oh, flashing away from the hook, and Uzi's going low. Clear Love and Mouse are burning low, but this tower's doing work. A double kill for Mouse. Celebrity flashes, autos. It's a big shot, but they have paid for this one. And now Celebrity is gonna just get blown up.
The classic flash R, missed every spell, get it flashed anyways. Wayless finishes him off. It looked nice for Team Fire for just a second, but it all came falling down in the end.
And minions are working.
I'm waiting for Reddit's calculation on that Syndra play. How much damage was that coming out from him? Still, that was insane, because that tower's still up. All the towers are still up from the LPL side. They haven't lost a single one.
And now, well, you're down to 2 inhibitor towers for IWC. Both those Nexus turrets were taken by Winions, by the way.
Both?
I believe so. The first line of them.
Winions help.
Yeah. Okay, they got the assist at least, I'm pretty sure.
Minions are actually the all-star in this game. They actually show up every
That's what we're trying to
That
show.
Caster minion was MVP, man.
Yeah.
Caster minion. backdoor minions in the marksman mode. Minions pretty much picked up the Nexus. I think we're trying to tell a story.
They're important too.
All minions matter.
We're almost 30 minutes into this game. There's going to be an Elder Drake up next. I don't think the LPL are going to even try for it here. They do have count them, 3 Baron buffs to work with. Clear Left didn't go down. Ooh, baby. That's that hook. And they're on to the mid lane.
Yep, just need Optimus here for the wave clear. Now, Optimus is kind of the saving grace here. He's almost flamerizing way less. He's almost 100 CS up on his mid lane opponent. The Syndra. He's almost 100 CS up over the Syndra.
To be fair, Wayless has been farming champions more than minions these days.
Yeah, but look at their scores. They're 1 in terms of difference in how much they've participated. And in terms of overall participation, Optimus is higher.
Yeah, he's definitely looking to leave his mark on this game. It can all technically turn around. If you please take a Victor plus a Shen ulti, that's enough to carry these games. Remember, it's only a double damage composition. Celebrity is getting destroyed by Mouse every single fight, so they need a hold somehow.
Well, they're trying for it, but the Caitlyn traps and the siege is coming. Wayless is looking to hunt down Optimus, and he's got the stun. He's got the weak Mouse over the wall now, and if he finishes him off, this is going to be lights out. But the Shen shield is there, and it's just in time to save the life of Optimus. He goes right back to Fountain to heal, but now the tower, it's on, but they've caught Mouse. The hook, he's gonna dodge it with a phase dive. Stunned up for just a second, tower goes down. Man, what a close call there for both top lane and mid lane.
And now they get to just push up here and try to take this inhibitor, and they have minions on the bottom side that also threaten to actually go towards that Nexus soon. So now you have 2 inhibitors down, Bear, Nexus, and Elder Dragon. Oh, it'll be up eventually.
Yeah, Round keeps trying, but wishing Riot would extend that hook range.
Nope, not gonna happen.
How can that happen?
Not gonna happen.
I've tried.
What other pitches you got? What else you got in there?
Well, unfortunately for him, and now Optimus is back on wave clear duty to try and push back. He's going to have to do it top. He's going to have to do it bottom. They got Celebrity clearing them out as well, but the SEA team, they cannot fight right now. They're just trying to grab anything they can, and all of a sudden, Clear Love spies Celebrity.
Every step you take, Clear Love will be watching you for that kill. Was that the final one he needed? He probably has a few kills on the
He
moment.
pounced on Celebrity quicker than a paparazzi.
Yeah, he's there.
5 kills.
5 kills. We're sitting at a 405 AD Rengar.
Very fun to play against, by the way.
Yes, super fun game. And now the last inhibitor's gone down. We're 32 minutes in, and there is nothing but Nexus on the map. The Southeast Asian All-Stars, this is the final hold, but it's going to start with Optimus going down, and the rest of them are sure to follow. Mouse, the redemption's up, but Levy is not going to see it here, and that's the Nexus. That's the game. They forced them all back to Fountain, and the LPL will pick themselves up 100 points for Team Ice.
And Team Ice takes the lead by 50 points over Team Fire.